Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed, a brand new day. The sun continues to shine. The earth continues to spin, not only around its own axis, but around the axis point of the sun. Our solar system continues to just spin like a top. It's rather amazing. Definitely a thumbs up. Physics for the win. Yeah, indeed. The first thing I wanted to talk about is just because I read about this just before starting all this, and so I quickly typed out a topics list. Mama Amaterasu brushed her hand against the wall and it opened up. Only through the space created was the grown face of her far-ranging child, Gatsire, matured now, with a larger central eye and sharper, more jagged and less plentiful fangs. The plume of mobile tendrils flowing from the head plate was impressive in the negative light of the anti-suns. "Hello, Mother," said Gatsire. "It's been a time." "Yes, it has," said Mama Amaterasu. "I was just wondering how you were doing." Gatsire smiled, face relaxing. "It's okay to call if you're just lonely," he said. "I miss you too." On Facebook, somebody posted a thing that's, like from Twitter or Tumblr, something like that, and I'm quite sure that it's made the rounds everywhere. Otherwise, it wouldn't be posted on Facebook. That's where memes go to die and all that. But it's a little bumper sticker, that's the word, but it says, "My girlfriend's husband fights for your freedom." And the replies and comments under that have exploded because the person who posted this just said, "Yep, this is what I'm doing. While he's off fighting, I'm in there banging his wife." And the comments have just been people going, "Oh my God, how could you do this?" And it was like, it's easy. He's gone, so I'm banging his wife. And it's like, we're going to send somebody over there to shoot you. And it's like, well, you know what? I ain't going to be home because I'm over here banging his wife. And I admire somebody who's not only willing to run up and poke the hornet's nest, but to just keep poking it, smacking it with sticks, and kicking the damn thing, even as the hornets explode out of it. Thumbs up for that. I admire that kind of thing just because it's so contrary. Now, the actual bumper sticker itself, the fact that it's, my girlfriend's husband is doing this, it's just, it could have been anybody. It's not really a poke at the military any more than it would have been a poke at, like, if it was about a lumberjack. The idea isn't, it's an anti-military thing, though I'm quite sure most people who read that take it as that, but it could be against anybody. So that part of it doesn't bother me. Because it could be against, like I say, lumberjacks, and why would it bother me about lumberjacks? So it's just a military thing chosen because here in the U.S. we revere the military to an extremely unhealthy degree. And so it's just a way of poking the hornet's nest. I do not like adultery. I don't even like calling it adultery. That's the quickest thing I could come up with, because that's what we use. But I don't like people that cheat. That's bad. I don't like that at all. And so using that and then having the point of it being against the military thing, it's all just designed to poke and prod the hornet's nest. You gotta love that. Again, the actual reason and point of it and who it's done, it's not important. It's just looking for people's hot buttons and pressing them. The fact that it's military and cheating is just because people have big reactions to both. So it's like, oh, does this hurt? Does it hurt when I do this? Does that hurt? Does it hurt when I do this? Oh, how about when I go like this? Does that hurt? Does it hurt when I go like this? Oh, does that hurt? So, thumbs up if you're one of those that can do that. I'll just sit in the background and be amazed and horrified. Last night I did not go walkies. We have been. It has been raining pretty solidly here. And I will go out in walkies in the rain and get soaked, and that's fine. I just prefer not to. Now I've really got to be careful. Not going walkies as much, and having access to snack foods, which I've eaten less of, but still haven't been able to stop entirely. My weight has slowly been creeping upward. I'm still at my military weight that I was when I was between 19 and 23 when I got out. I just don't like being this heavy. So I've got to really self-impose again and then make sure that I go out at least 5 nights a week. I've been going about 4 or 5 nights a week. I got to make sure it's closer to 5, 6 nights a week to go walkies. Now, when I have been going, I've been doing the 7 miles, which is good, instead of just the 6. So definitely a thumbs up on that. It's just I need to actually do it more often again. One of my problems with trying to eat better is there's kind of a limit on things that I can chew. I can't eat things like salads anymore, which I hate because I love salads. Loved. But I can't chew them anymore. The last time I tried to chew a salad, I was 5 minutes chewing on one medium-sized mouthful of lettuce and other stuff, and I just eventually had to spit it out because these things cannot chew them properly. So I can't eat a lot of vegetables raw. They have to be cooked or I can't chew them. And a lot of vegetables aren't that wonderful when cooked. Like, I'm not going to eat boiled lettuce, so... And boiled, like, cabbage is still too chewy. So there's a lot of things that I just plain can't eat. Which is why I take a multivitamin as a supplement. Something else I've also been thinking about is something to bring up, because with over farming and soil not saturation, but what's that word? When you use it too much, it's not just depletion, but you're doing more. There's erosion and more, and food nutritionists recommend that you take a food supplement now, because our food now, there's more of it, it's got a greater shelf life, and it's not as nutritious as it used to be. So to make sure you do get enough, it is a good idea to supplement your diet. And I supplement mine because I do not eat properly, because I can't. So yeah, just thought I'd mention all that. Thumbs up on that. Checking out my little page down here. Oh yeah, just as a really quick aside, I've got one page that I've been working on in my little word processor that I use, and I had my list of the name, the spelling, the minor names over here of the 12 Pantheon characters plus Mama Amaterasu up here. And then yesterday I was going through it almost at the bottom of the list, because instead of greetings for the past 12 days, I've been using the names of my horror Pantheon characters in my title thing down below. It's normally Bom Dia, Brazilian Portuguese, and then another greeting from somewhere around the world, and then I get the title. Well, the past 10 days or so, it's been Brazilian Portuguese, name of cosmic horror, and then the title stuff. Only when I was going through my list, and this shows how much I use some of these names, I realized that I'd accidentally some days ago, deleted name 11 off my list. I have no idea what that name is. Shows you how often I used it. So I need to go back and re-watch some of my own videos, and who even knows where it is. So I've got to start like 2-3 weeks back and then skim through real quick to find out what the names of my characters are. So I can write it onto my list again. It's embarrassing, it's stupid, it's funny, and I just had to laugh, and I wanted to share the silliness of that with everybody. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And real quick, just as a real quick, I used to, when I was in high school, I started high school in 1977, and I graduated in 1981. During that time frame, and I can remember I was doing some of this stuff in middle school, so I must have met up with a lot of people even earlier than my memory can put back together. Good old childhood amnesia. But for whatever reason, I was playing the board games, and then there was Steve Jackson's little pocket box games. They came in a little box that you could put inside your pocket. And so it had smaller quality value on the pieces, but you could carry it with you and play where you wanted instead of having a big box. And then they had smaller things with role-playing games that were coming out, the Fantasy Trip, and then Dungeons and Dragons 1974 fully. And I was playing this stuff, and then when I got into high school, I was playing massive amounts of games, even while I was drinking and partying on the weekends with my friends. And then in the military, I was busy playing all these games because those days, like computer game days, there were companies that would show up, quick publish something, and then usually die because there was so much stuff coming out that no one, unless you've got a huge following, you couldn't survive. Everybody was popping up and throwing ideas at the wall to see what would stick, and then whatever sold went on to the next iteration if the company survived, and then there would be a volume 2. Very few volume 2s, second editions ever showed up because there was just so much. And now there's just a couple companies that make RPGs, and there's just a couple RPGs. Same thing that happened, of course, with computer games back when they were first coming up. Everybody was coming up with just massive ideas. Just like, we want to have a snake rhythm game where you shoot missiles out of your eyes at the aliens. And they do it. And it was just bizarre stuff everywhere. But whereas now, of course, it's the billion-dollar companies are afraid to take any risks because they want all the money, not some of the money. If they just have the opportunity for some of the money, they're not going to do it because they want all the money. And that's sad. And that's why I'm sad too about the pen and paper RPG stuff. Now my problem was, of course, after I got out of the Air Force in 1986, by the time I hit 1989, I wasn't really playing role-playing games anymore. I was too busy drinking. So when I wasn't working, I was starting just to spend my time drinking while I was doing things. I was withdrawing and playing with stuff at home. And then, of course, I had a Commodore 64 at first, and then I got a Commodore 128, and then a Commodore Amiga 1000, and a Commodore 500, and then I bought, in 1993, my first IBM PC clone, and then I've just been computers, and then mid-90s I bought a PlayStation, and I've been consoles since then. There's just been plenty of things to stay at home and just cocoon from the world. And you got to be careful when you're doing that because you don't want to just be killing your liver. And my liver is not in good shape. It's gonna function well as long as I continue to treat it well. And it will not continue to deteriorate as long as I don't give it cause to deteriorate. But I have a fatty, fibrous liver, and that's not good. Your liver is not supposed to be fatty. It's not supposed to be fibrous. But as long as I don't drink, my liver is gonna just chug along, and it could chug along until I'm well into past 100 years old and be just fine, functioning the way it is. It has blood flow, and as long as it doesn't deteriorate further from drink, it'll just work. That's the wonderful thing, is I just drift into this. The wonderful thing about the human body, yes, you can bash it and smash it, and it's horrific, the effects, but after you heal, your body will just do its damnedest to chug right along afterward, just like that one fellow that I've talked about before, this one Gurkha, who by himself took out a terrifying number of Japanese soldiers during World War II. And it was only when the grenade blew up in his hand and blew off half of his arm, that's when he became more dangerous and killed more soldiers after that. And the guy lived to like 90 after the war. His body was damaged and tore up, but after it heals, it does its best to chug along, and it'll do it if it can. So thumbs up for that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and if I get lost, well, my memory, you've seen that at work. So hey, as long as I can get stuff said and semi-remembered, thumbs up for that. I'm 1,000% better than I used to be, but okay, we have Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. William Blackman, greatly appreciated. Pure Sigh, thumbs up and thank you very much. Creeper Bell, greatly appreciated. Samuel Hart, thumbs up and thank you. We have Arafi, thumbs up and thank you much. Godly_light, greatly appreciated. We have Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Sacrificed with X instead of an I in there, thank you very, very much. Griffin Norton Tibbs, thumbs up and thank you. Cassandra Alba, thumbs up and thank you very much. We have Random One Crap, thank you very much. Noxious Love X, thumbs up and thank you very much. We have Kieran Metallica Fan, thumbs up and thank you very much. Bailey Snyder, good to see you in the comments, thank you. And then we have Jewel R, thumbs up and thank you very much. Michael Hood, greatly appreciate. Kathy Kitscat, good to see you in the comments, and I will always give my little fuzzy fur baby some love for you. Thank you very much. We have Gaming Kangaroo, thumbs up and thank you. And Guy Brenham, thumbs up and thank you. Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you very much. Cy Romano, greatly appreciated. Sam Needs Life, a lot of people do. Thank you for the comment, thumbs up and thank you. Zixbe, Zixbe, thumbs up and thank you very much. And last but not least, Jace Terry, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you all so very, very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is appreciated. When you are depressed, you need that. You need to get out of the echo chamber of your own skull. So thank you. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Now, if you would like to help support me, but you didn't want to send money to one of those places, I have a PayPal link down below. That would be cool if you could check that out. And if you wanted to support me but didn't want to send money, I have an Amazon wish list as well. If you could check that out, that would be very, very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. I have this video. I have a video that I'm going to just need to edit and render, and then another one to record, edit, and render. So definitely a thumbs up on that. So silly. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. Have the best day you possibly can, because remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Conversely, it's also the last day of the end of your life. It's just that your day starts again each new day.